So, how would you describe QiGong?
In short, it's a natural form of applied kinesiology. It's designed to help people by using balance and motion. What is the origin of this practice? Does it have a central principle?
The central principle of Qigong is to correct oneself. That's why ancient Chinese people started participating in it. Qigong involves three intentful corrections, which are adjusting the posture, adjusting breathing, and adjusting the mind. As for its origin, it predates recorded history. However, we do know that it wasn't always called Qigong, and that it was popularized only recently in the 1940s. Prior to 1949, the word Qigong has never been used, especially to describe this practice. It was more accurately a collection of practices that formed a single spiritual Buddhist mantra. The term Qigong was coined by Liu Guizhen. His uncle Liu Dezhou taught him everything he knew about the practice that he himself called Neyanggong, which translates to the discipline of inner cultivation. Before that, the practice was known by many different names, but most notably as Dao Yin, which meant leading and guiding. Liu Guizhen coined the term Qigong in order to satisfy the secular ideology of the Communist Party that was ruling over China during that period of time. He got the name from a book about tuberculosis and breathing exercises, and Qigong in that title meant breathing exercises, and thus the practice was born. Liu Guizhen started the practice because he himself suffered from tuberculosis and ulcers. His uncle, Liu Dezhou, sent him to boot camp of sorts, where he spent 100 days of training and meditating. Liu Dezhou claimed to be the sixth successor of Neyanggong and passed all his knowledge to Liu Guizhen. Afterwards, Guizhen was seemingly treated of his afflictions, and he spent every waking moment of his life promoting and teaching the practice of Qigong.
So, where else in healthcare would you potentially see Qigong be practiced?
Funny you ask that, May. Qigong is currently performed in places like the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, the Ogden Specialty Clinic, as complementary alternative practice in cancer survival patients and patients with chronic diseases such as fibromyalgia, depression, and hypertension. Other practice places include Qigong Research and Practice Center, amongst others where individuals can obtain educational background, materials, and learn practice techniques such as the one that you see here.
Oh, thank you. So if you want to get licensed and practice Qigong legally, what should you do, and where should one go if one would like to know more about Qigong?
A great source is a website called QiGongInstitute.org. But to answer your question, there are two pathways one can choose: teaching or healing. There are several programs offered for people who wish to lead Qigong practice sessions. The course for Qigong instructors offers 4 levels of certification, and there is a test for each level in order to receive certification, which includes written and practical components. There are also programs for those who wish to be Qigong healthcare providers and develop skills needed to provide a mind, body, and spirit approach to healthcare. The programs offer 3 types of certification: medical Qigong therapist, master in medical Qigong, and doctorate in medical Qigong.
So, what kind of diseases and disorders can Qigong deal with?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Tom. Well, Liu Guizhen was reportedly treated with tuberculosis and for his ulcers. Breathing exercises, such as those used in Qigong, have been known to improve the quality of life of those suffering from said disease of tuberculosis. More contemporarily, scientifically tested uses of Qigong include the mitigation of stress in teenagers, improvement of motor skills in children, as well as cerebral palsy and Down syndrome. It helps with fatigue and breast cancer, and prostate cancer survivors. In general, it promotes well-being, as if it was implemented at a young enough age, it conditions the body to resist physiological responses to stress. It was even found to help treat pre-hypertension and essential hypertension. There have been some reported long-term benefits in patients suffering from fibromyalgia, and there have been also many studies which aim to show that Qigong can be used in many other areas, such as in this park with these 3 lovely ladies.
You mentioned a lot of disease states that may be treated with Qigong. Are these literature-based examples?
Of course, a study done by Larkin and her team showed that participating in QiGong improved fatigue in breast cancer patients that often struggle with this fatigue. Their depression and the sleep quality was not changed, but incorporating QiGong into the mitigation of fatigue, it was a huge step forward of the inclusion of complementary medicine into Western medicine. The study was published in the Annals of Behavioral Medicine in 2014.
Hey Helena, after all of this, is Qigong dangerous at all?
I don't think so, but let's ask our colleagues.
Oh, there's nothing serious. I mean, some dizziness and shortness of breath might occur.
The key is that the patients should not overexert themselves as with any exercises.
The idea is that everyone should be able to do this under correct instructions.
Now that we've talked all about Qigong, we're gonna go ahead and teach you one of the basic Qigong techniques called the Immortal Warrior. First, you'll reach your hands up to the sky as if you're collecting energy from the sun. Next, you're going to bring your left leg to the left side and bring your arms down to your center, just like Tomas is doing. Finally, you're going to use pulsating movements, just like so, using all your muscles and the strength of your diaphragm. And that is the Immortal Warrior.